Hey everybody, back today with a quick one, specifically about appetite and hunger cues. So in the work that we do at Calm Clinic, most of the time people are coming here and they're looking for metabolic recovery and they're looking for freedom from food and they want to feel their best, like their bodies are optimized and their mind is liberated from being stuck in the prison of under eating. One of the real tough issues that we run into here is that to get somebody to metabolic recovery, oftentimes the nutrition need that's required for them to consume to get there is way higher than what they're used to eating. And this often becomes a problem for people who are kind of in eating disorder recovery through chronic dieting, or people who have kind of really inconsistent eating patterns. We find that once we really start to try and implement that nutrition plan, our clients will give us feedback that they really are just not hungry, they don't have appetite, and they're not experiencing those typical hunger cues that you would usually think about. So that is usually stomach grumbling, thoughts of food, and just generally a desire to want to eat. And oftentimes in the absence of those hunger cues, our clients kind of want to just follow what they feel is like their normal appetite. The problem being that if their normal appetite is to not want to eat until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they're going to have a really hard time ever meeting or exceeding their nutrition needs. And one of the important things to recognize is that, if you're not getting hunger signals to 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it does not mean that your body doesn't need food. Rest assured, your metabolism is firing from the second that you wake up. It means that your energy regulation system has kind of gone offline and isn't there at your back. It's not helping you with identifying that it's time to eat and that it wants food. And oftentimes the energy regulation system goes offline because of just chronic undereating or inconsistent eating. The body just stops knowing how or when to provide signals, and so then it kind of stops. And so part of the work that we do is trying to turn those back on again, and that's really when we do some meal plan implementation. And without that, oftentimes if somebody is not feeling typical hunger cues, they really are gonna get to a point in the day where their body starts kind of screaming at them with what we think of as more atypical hunger cues. And those are typically they can be personality based or mood based, right? So irritability, crankiness, your general hangry situation. And then we have kind of more like cognitive focus and perception. So we might have inability to focus, hard time retaining information, feeling more distracted, feeling some brain fogginess. We hear a lot about midday afternoon crashes or feeling like it's really hard to recover from that, extreme exhaustion during workouts, and some of the more severe symptoms would be chronic headaches, real feelings of dehydration, and also lightheadedness, dizziness, spots in front of your eyes, kind of feeling woozy if you're sitting up or standing up. And those are all signs from your body that you have blown way, way past nutritionally the point at which you needed food. And your body's now kind of like emergency red button trying to scream at you like, we need food and we need it right now. So a lot of the work that we do in Calm Clinic is implementing this meal plan, really starting within the hour of waking up and then planning out 4 to 5 hours out a meal after that. And this is very dependent on the person and very dependent on their own experience of their typical or atypical hunger cues. And we try to modify that as much as possible to help the person feel as comfortable as they can while going through that process. But this is a classic chicken egg situation where you're not hungry in the morning, so you don't eat, but the reason you're not hungry in the morning is because you don't eat. And so essentially in our work, we basically have to smash through that with kind of forcing the issue and providing food more consistently throughout the day. And the more you can do that and stick to a schedule, for most of the people that we work with, within a few months, we really start to see that their hunger signals start to come sooner and sooner throughout the day. And that the person, the more we ask and the more we talk about it, becomes more and more in tune with the body's atypical ways that it's showing that person, that it needs nutrition. And all of that together will help satisfy your body more and build confidence in your attitude and your approach to food and making sure that you're getting enough to eat. So I hope that answers any questions you might be having about your own appetite or hunger cues. If anything here resonates, we definitely recommend bringing that to a healthcare provider, talking to your own dietitian or nutritionist or any other person that you work with around food. And if you don't have anybody that you work with, you can reach out to us or find somebody in your area that will work with you on that. So eat, be consistent, enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one.